It may go as a surprise party to see refugees of the confusion in Venezuela cordially welcomed in Hungary, by the government-wide named to be enemy to migration and refuge. On 350 include already arriving on aircraft tickets underfunded by the country. Else 750 are on a listing, wait in Caracas, and more than may pursue. But down there's a capture. All those who use must show Magyar origin, yet remote how might be. By the government spokesman include been at effort to urge how they are true Hungarians, upcoming household, although really few were in fact unborn in Hungary, let one say Magyar. Largest Venezuelans in Magyar origin expatriate in two-wave propagation. The at first, following Planet War couple, turned on lot related in the Miklos Horthy mode that sided in by the Nazi Germany. Several had been implicated in the exile of Magyar Jew to by the Nazi die camps. A really various team of about 400 accompanied following the 1956 unsuccessful coup, consisting several who had fought the Soviets' troop on the barricades in Budapest. The society has swelled to several thousand. Lot youthful Venezuelans out of any Magyar origin were brought by the lively culture lifetime of the society in Caracas, in its dancing and intelligence officer groups. Just while the position degraded quickly in 2017, while famine was followed by random abuse, did society organizers rotate for assist to the Magyar by the government. The 350 who include been lavishly acquired, in registration in tongue classes and lodging and seamless integration for the at first 12 months. The mockery is how the program has been painted up by an interministerial crew of the Fides by the government, that has bitter opposed migration for the history 4 persons year. Nationalist Main Secretary Viktor Orban has constructed his campaigning for the Europe Parliament elections in May completely on opposed migration to the Europe Association. Largest asylum seeker seamless integration programs there were abolished by the government in 2016 and 2017. Just 94 human beings were given refuge in Hungary in the at first 9 months of 2018. Else 290 were taking into account inferior forms of secured statute. By the government done precise to us how the would be hard to talk, since of its own hysterical against migrant campaigning, told one of the Venezuelans already reliably in Hungary, who requested how his behalf not be utilized. They urge on the speech repatriate, but the was quite freely attached at the begin. Currently, the facility include been tight. Their reason was ultimately championed by Vice Main Secretary Jote Semjan. It was difficult at first persuading by the government fair how bad the position down there had be. How my monthly average retirement hardly coated a solitary food, my resource told. We did not be refugees easily. Particularly those of us who were refugees of Hungary in the at first location. We knew how we may miss our lifetime's job, our flats, all we had in Venezuela. Aircraft tickets and though transportation to the airport were organized via the Magyar legation in Ecuador and the Magyar Malta Mercy facility. The at first Venezuelans arriving in April 2018 and all are deep thankful to the Magyar by the government for its aid. But the unique against migrant ambience treated by the Orban by the government has led to several tragicomic scenes. While the new arrivals were located initially in the visitor refuge of Balatonazid, regional Hungarians boarded up their windows and phoned the police force in scare while they noted which they named Negroes in the gateway. It's real several of us are rather black-skinned, left my Venezuelan pin. Yet several of us are more than Magyar rather than Hungarians. 1 year on, the family are already cursory in the tongue, and so integrated in their regional schools. They loving the liberty to go out in the gateway reliably. The liberty to research, to be by themselves there, to be exotics, told else parental. But trouble pestilence the older human beings amongst them. Which will we do while our year is up, and the mercy stretched to us ends? We are not titled to pensions there, one said me. How is fair one of the problems Hungary's Ministry of Humane Capacities is hard to resolve. Opposition parties include charged by the government of hypocritical for take in Venezuelans but rejection Syrians, Iraqis or Afghans. The Venezuelans' terror such attacks might thin the government's readiness to enable in those yet queuing to flee. They include noted a calm in new arrivals, as the government assesses if the present Venezuelan by the government will pull through. By laws gone in Hungary in 2018, organizations and individuals that assist migrating can be penalized or though concluded and include 25% of their revenue seized by the country to foundation boundary defenses. The Magyar opposition jokes how the country should in the instance penalty by itself. I ask my pin, if the Maduro by the government waterfall, would you back to Venezuela? Of year. How is my household?